morning, Internet, and welcome back to the channel. It's another beautiful day here in North Carolina, and we're down at Reservoir Park Lake. This is a 95-acre lake, and it was man-made in 1924. There is a beautiful 2-mile trail all the way around it. There are also a ton of trails that branch off of the main loop, and they carry you all over the place around here. So we're going to take a trip around the lake, and then we're going to find a few of them places to branch off and see what we can run into today. So come on along with us, and let's take this ride together.
So as you can see from the number of people out here, this is not a place to come out and try and really put on a bunch of miles. This is a place to come out and be friendly to folks, because you're going to pass a lot of them. But the trails are beautiful, and the people all pretty friendly. Good morning. How y'all doing today?
Great. How are you?
Better than I deserve, thanks.
So after riding one lap around the lake, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these trails that branch off. See where they go and what they're all about. So, first place we started to head was Forest Creek Trail.
How you make it out in the sand? Yeah. Oh, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, a fat tire bike would have been. You wouldn't even think about it. But you want to go in front? All right. Well, there you go. Baby deer. See if we can catch up to the baby. Oh, there you go. There you go. Uh-huh. Typically, the deer here in Southern Pines are pretty acclimated to people. I've been riding horses down here and have them come right up within about 6 feet of you. One of the only places I know, he's kind of hiding in the woods right there. One of the only places that I know that the deer will crawl through a fence instead of jump over it. So this is still the Forest Creek Trail, and like I said, this is actually a very fun trail for me. Not so much for a commuter bike with kind of more road-oriented tires on it. Even though they're bigger tires, kind of like a hybrid, it is not the friendliest terrain for that type of a bike. But for a mountain bike, it's, even when it's set up a little more upright and whatnot, this is some wonderful trails here.
Now let me mention here that we visited Southern Pines during a very dry spell. And the drier that ground gets, the deeper that sand gets. If you've had any rain in any time recently, that tends to pack that sand down, make it a whole lot easier for any bike to go ahead and get across there. But boy, when you've had a long period of dry, and especially if it's in the middle of summer where it's really hot, yep, that sand is going to get pretty deep. And a bike with a smaller tires, they're not going to be the best on it. But if you're looking for some adventure, you can just start right out there at Reservoir Lake and start hitting the trails that are heading out away from there. You'll soon find yourself getting away from the crowd, getting out into the middle of the woods on what could be some real fast-paced trails. Or you could just stick to the loop around the lake for a nice easy pace and a way to relax a little bit after a hectic week. Either way, you're going to have a blast if you show up down here with two wheels. Now you can see this is the loop that we took around Reservoir here, and we headed on out, just one out and back trail. You can see how long that is just in comparison to the 2-mile loop. We were, I think, 8.5 miles on that ride. Now we only took that one out and back trail as Michelle was with me. She was on more of her city commuter bike. But just to give you a little bit of an idea of the amount of trails that there are around there. This was another ride that I took where I was solo, and you can see all these different trails that I took, and it was nowhere near the amount of trails that are actually there. This is just a little smidgen of them, and they are just all over the place. So yes, you've only got 2 miles around the lake there, and that's pretty much the graded trails. But the rest of this entire area is just covered in trails like crazy. And the whole Southern Pines area is that way. Over at the Walter Moss Foundation, where I've spent a lot of time riding horses there. You can get lost on them trails just circling around and around and around. They go everywhere, and that whole area is just like that. And the biking trails over here, they're pretty much the same way.
So if you're looking for a family-friendly place to go, Southern Pines Reservoir Lake is going to be hard to beat. Take your bikes, take an easy trip around the lake, and if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, take some of the offshoot trails. They can go on for about ever. When you get back, have a seat down here alongside the lake and enjoy your family. Till next time, God bless, keep them wheels rolling.